White boy in the jungle. There we go. White boy in the jungle. Let's go, baby. All right, you guys want to watch this? 8 minutes, 8-minute video. This could be pretty cringy too, but just so you guys can get a little, since we're doing just chatting, you guys can get a little insider peek as to my life before gaming YouTube. Yeah, I definitely recommend. I mean, now I look back and I see my parents, like, they take pictures of everything, and I used to get annoyed, but like, I'm so happy that I like documented some of this, because even pictures, like, I don't have hardly any pictures left of my time over in Asia or any of like my band or my shows or anything like that, because I think I lost all the pictures like on a phone or on like a cloud drive that got corrupted or something like that. But I GoPro'd pretty much everything everywhere we went, and now I have these to look at forever, unless YouTube goes down, I guess, right? Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what's up. By the way, some of you guys might be scared from the music that we play. Okay, it's not exactly always the lightest music.
Our last practice before WolfheartFPS Festival, Taiwan.
Don't want copyright.
Where are we going, Ball? Going to Taiwan for WolfheartFPS Festival.
The Ball was our he was a huge help to us. Like, he was like our sound guy, if I remember correctly. Awesome guy, really good musician too. But we're in, obviously, so the band was based out of, our home base was Thailand, Bangkok. I used to fly over there. I was poor as shit. Part of the reason why I kind of got out of the music career. I was poor as shit. I would come back to the United States, I'd install underground sprinkler systems, and then I would take time away from that, and then I'd fly over to Bangkok, and then we'd play shows, etc. But man, yeah, the good old broke days. So this right here, this is one of our guitarists. He wrote the majority of music, and then he came later, really skilled guitarist, like brought like a whole new flair to our band. Maybe you guys want to listen to the music. It's called In Vice Versa. If you search it on YouTube, there's like 10 music videos probably out there. But yeah, obviously I wrote the lyrics, and I did. Oh yeah, I was a singer for the band. A lot of you guys don't even know. I think this video is cool. I better speed up a little bit. Yeah, because I got lost in the jungles of Taiwan. So yeah, it is kind of cool. Have a good night, Godzilla. One night in Bangkok.
I got myself a Coca-Cola Peach. It's a good start, Taiwan. It's a good start. We stayed up all night because our flight was at 3 in the morning, and now it's 10 in the morning. 50 minutes to go, and I gotta go pee.
And this guy was our music video producer. He would document everything on like professional video quality for us to take as band footage. I'm shooting with a GoPro, of course. This guy is awesome. One of the greatest human beings alive.
I might have to.
You pee and poop.
He's gotta go poop. I gotta go pee. We might be using this bottle.
I'm sorry to pause this much, but this is bringing back memories. So this was the taxi ride from the Taiwan airport to where we were staying. And I've never had to pee this bad in my life. Like, I'm joking around right here, but I was literally like, oh my God, I was squeezing the shit out of my wiener. I was fucking holding it shut. I'm not even kidding. And I'm in a foreign country. Obviously, these guys are Thai. Like, my bandmates are Thai. They're not Taiwan. There's a difference between Thailand and Taiwan. So we're foreigners in this country. We're on like a highway, like out in the jungles of Taiwan, and I don't know what to do. Like, I can't ask them to pull over. There's nowhere to pull over. I'm literally like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I almost twisted my wiener closed. And I was getting ready to pee in that, but then I was worried about the driver like getting mad at me because I don't want to offend somebody in like a foreign country. Good times.
Be using this bottle. Alright, room 509. There's bad news.
Oh man, so this is how we used to stay. So this was our first hotel. And by the way, we're going here for a festival called, I think it was called Here Town Festival. We called it Heart Town Festival, a music festival. And we were one of the bands that were playing. Some of you guys might actually know the genre. We were playing a couple other bands at the show were like Enter Shikari, High Sea Stars, Crown the Empire. Some of you guys might know some of those bands. But this was my hotel room that I had to stay with one of our guitarists right here. That's it. Just that room right there. It was dirty as shit. There was bugs everywhere. And when we walked in, I was, oh man, we both had to sleep together. Oh, good times.
There's bad news.
Sorry for the shaky camera. You know what's interesting is over in a lot of Asian countries, they have a lot of a lot of stores that are like this, literally just claw games everywhere. Like even in like the big cities. And it's like, you think of like New York City, like you don't see this, like you don't see like a whole shop dedicated to claw games. You wouldn't even be able to afford it, but over there it's like really big. They're all rigged too. Let's turn this down a little bit.
We got team here. Our sound guy. He's also our tour guide here. We're going to a dessert shop. Check out this tree.
Really shaky, aren't I? So I think, so as this video goes on, it's kind of boring right now, but yeah, you're going to see we're playing the festival right here, and then it goes into the jungle. So
a monument here. I'm with my best friend Tong right here. We're going to the goat statue.
That was pretty cool.
2003 is also named as the Chinese Year of the Goat. And this statue of the goat and her baby and a family in harmony.
And by the way, that chick right there was the drummer for our band, and we were considered a metal band, and she was awesome. And it's part of the reason, long story why I joined a band from across the world, but she was a big reason because she had already established a really big following on YouTube doing metal covers. Her name is Mookie. You guys can look her up if you want. Just search M-U-K-I. Really cool to see that, because you didn't see a lot of female drummers, especially in the metal genre, and she's just banging away like super fast. It was super cool. And she was like one of the reasons why I believed in this band too, was because you have this female drummer, which stands out. Obviously, if you're a band, you have to stand out. You can't just be normal unless you're incredibly talented, which we probably weren't. And then I'm a white boy singer of a Thai band. So like we had this whole marketing scheme going on here that obviously worked in our favor. It's not normal to see a white singer, a female drummer in a Thai metal band. And actually one of our guitarists was also from Malaysia too. No, I don't rock my hats backwards anymore. I feel like it looks stupid. For the most part, I don't. This was, let's see how many years ago this was. Hold on. This was coming up on 6 years ago. This was towards the end of our little music career.
The Tai Cheng foreigner bike gang. Watch out for us. We're dangerous.
Now we're getting ready for the show.
Stadium. National Baseball Stadium. No, for real.
Wait, that's where Hearttown Festival is?
Yeah, it's huge. We are playing outside though. Inside.
Inside the stadium?
Inside.
Okay, we're going to the National Baseball Stadium for Hearttown Festival. Morning of, Justin, you feeling better?
Nope.
Justin's sick.
This is the festival right here that we were flying out there for. This is like the entrance to it. It was at a baseball stadium. It's pretty cool. This is kind of like surreal for us because although we had traveled at the time, like now we're playing a big festival with some of the bands that we grew up listening to, which was pretty cool. I think you're going to see some band names here in a second. I'm trying to remember who played here. This is like our little tent where we had like our little area to get ready for the show and put all of our crap. Look at that band over there. There's some crazy metal bands. We're pretty normal looking, I guess you could say, compared to some of the other bands.
Justin, you feeling better?
Nope.
All right.
He was throwing up. Oh my god, he was throwing up. So Justin, our guitarist, was throwing up. He wasn't feeling good. And literally, I'm not even kidding y'all. This is like the biggest festival we've ever played. And literally 10 minutes before our time, I had the worst diarrhea ever. And I had to run like 5-minute jog away to the dirty ass bathrooms like far off in the festival, sit on the toilet and try to get it out. And then I go, and trust me, a lot came out. And I get off and I'm like extremely exhausted because you guys know after that happens, you have no energy and you're shaky. I had to get on stage and perform like one of the biggest shows of our life at that point. And I literally had no energy and I felt like crap. 2 of us were sick. Let me just pause it for a second because I'm going to get copyright from my own band, believe it or not. I don't control that. It's like through a service. So I'm going to pause like here and there so I don't get the copyright. But this is one of our songs called Wildfire. My favorite song. A lot of songs I think are pretty cringe, but it's my favorite one. All right, let's do it again. Here we go. Pause. Play. Pause. Everybody pausing. Pause, pause, pause. Continue. Okay, show's over. Now we're just relaxing, enjoying in Taiwan. For those of you guys who are just tuning in right now, just relaxing, enjoying the environment, watching the other bands. The stress is done. We had an okay set. I have a really funny story for you guys. Maybe I'll tell you sometime. I'll give you the full story. But we actually were flown out to Hong Kong to headline a show. It was bad. Oh my God, we fucked up so bad. I'm not even kidding. Like, you guys want to talk about embarrassing situations? You got to keep in mind that I'm traveling to Thailand to practice with these guys, so I can't be there all the time. And we didn't have enough practice time. And there was this one song that we played. I swear to God, at that time we only had 4 band members. All 4 of us were completely playing something different from one another. And then we also had a backing track for a guitar, because my guitarist at the time, we only had one guitarist in the beginning, and he wrote all the guitar parts. We didn't have another guitarist to play live. So my guitarist had to play the lead guitar, and then the other guitar had to be back end track. So like nobody was playing that. It was actually pre-recorded, that guitar. And once we screwed up the song while we were live, keep in mind, headlining, they paid a lot of money. I didn't get a lot of money from it, like profit wise. They paid a lot of money to get us over there and pay for everything. And we just absolutely fucked it up. All of us playing different things, and then we stopped playing to try to like figure out what's going on, and you can hear the backing track going at the same time. So none of us are playing, but our music is playing, and now everybody thinks that we're a fake band because our music is playing without us playing it. All around just horrible situation. Great learning experience though, and I learned a lot of valuable lessons after that. It was oh my gosh. It was, and then when the show organizer paid me for my flight, because it was like $1,000, he handed me the $1,000, and I felt so guilty. I didn't want to take it, and if I had any money at the time, I would have not taken it. I would have just said, no big deal, man. Like, you keep the money. But I was batshit poor. I was poor as fuck at the time, so like I needed that money, like starving musician life, right? All right, so Hearttown Festival's over. Mookie R, Justin, so Entijakari is a really big Australian band that was there. Really cool to, you know, be like near their tent. Lots of free beer, lots of free Red Bulls.
Hearttown day 1's over. Checking into our second hotel, VIP hotel.
Finally.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Tired as crap, of course, after that. And now this hotel is much nicer than the first one that we stayed in. We're all kind of in the same room, which was funny, but this was way nicer than the other one. I'm sorry, I'm so shaky with the camera. This is just how it was back in the day. We didn't have good technology. Well, I didn't have good technology. Yeah, we're all just jammed. This is like the band life, man. And once you get into your late 20s, which I was in my late 20s at this time, it becomes old really fast, which is part of the reason why we moved on, when I think we probably could have had a chance of continuing that to some regards semi-successfully, I guess you could say. I mean, this was successful to me because my goal was to, just like with YouTube, my goal has never been money. Money is nice, and now I want money, of course. I want a house, I want all that stuff. But money was never the goal for my music career or my YouTube career. My goal for music was I just wanted to play with some of the bands I grew up listening to, and I wanted to travel the world while I was in my 20s and experience different cultures and do something that's not the norm, you know what I'm saying? And I absolutely accomplished that, even though we didn't come out of it millionaires. But once you get into like, when I hit like 29 or 28 is when I started focusing a lot more on gaming YouTube. It's kind of like, okay, how much longer can we do this? How much longer can we live in crap hotels? How much longer can we feel sick in every country that we go to? It just becomes like, it's not as cool as you think it is. Only the top bands in most genres are the ones that are like living the dream. Everybody else, it's like they're struggling pretty hard. And if they're not like teenagers or mid to young 20s, they're struggling even harder. So like a show day was not that fun over time. Like a typical show day was, especially if you're one of the earlier bands to play, you had to get to the venue early, probably in a different country, maybe the country your band originates from, but you had to get to the venue early. You do your sound check, and then you have to like sit around for like 5 hours, and like you can't go anywhere because it just doesn't make sense to go anywhere. Just a long day. It's hot. You don't have a nice room. You're sick. You're tired, and then your set comes in, and maybe you don't feel good. Like maybe my voice wasn't feeling good that day, and then you do a bad set, and it's just like eventually it's like, okay, I need to move on from this. I don't regret anything, but I'm happy that I moved on. Hey, Michael, what's up? I'll tell you that in a little bit, Bug. It's kind of a long story. Now, look at the difference. I mean, a lot of you guys have probably seen this, but like you don't really see this in the USA. This isn't even that bad, actually, compared to some places in Thailand. This isn't really like even the slums. Like the slums in Thailand is a totally different world than anything we're used to here. And you see, like, once you go to enough countries, once you go to enough non-first world countries, I guess you could say, and experience it, not just like not hanging out in the tourist areas, like living among the people, which is what I did. Stayed with my bandmates. They knew people. I was living in apartments. I didn't just stay in a hotel every time I went over there. You really start to get an appreciation for what you have back in your own country, which is why first world problems has become such a popular thing to say. You know, getting mad at a video game is a first world problem. Because, you know, and the crazy thing is a lot of these people live happy lives too. So it's really like what you make of it. We always want more, but that's not the answer.
All right, it's the day after the festival. Everybody's sleeping. I'm up because I'm going to go do some hiking in Taiwan.
Yeah, Brazil for sure. Some areas in Brazil, absolutely. Favelas.
Got my cafe latte, Red Bull, couple waters, change of clothes. Now I got to go buy bug spray.
All right, so now I'm heading out. My bandmates weren't really that much into hiking. I was a very adventurous person while I was over there. Not to mention my bandmates live in Thailand, so they're used to visiting other Asian countries, so this isn't that big of a deal for them. But for me, I'm like, I got to see everything. Every country that I'm in, I got to go places. So I headed off on my own. I took an Uber, I believe, out to the jungle, and then I took a hike. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've arrived. I wasn't sure if my driver brought me to the right place. And now I got here, and almost all the writing is in Mandarin. But I found some English.
Also, really stupid to wear a tank top. But hey, I didn't make the best decisions all the time. I also hiked in Hong Kong on Dragon's Back Peak, different country, with sandals. That was also pretty stupid.
Jungle we go, alone. So trials 5 through 10 are family trials, and trials 1 through 4 are more challenging. 4 being the most challenging. That's what we're doing. We're going all out. Are you kidding me right now? It's been 10 minutes. It hasn't changed.
I'm not even exaggerating when I say that too. Like, it was a lot of this hiking trail looked like that, straight up like that on like these little bamboo logs, not bamboo logs, but on these logs right here. It's a good thing I saved this for after the show.
Pretty tired, my legs are shaking, but I'm not gonna stop until I get to the end. I have put so much bug spray on now. It's probably more dangerous to my skin than actually getting bit.
It's also probably not a good idea to hike on your own in a foreign country out in the jungle. But hey, you only live once, right? Do I still do hiking? Yeah, I love hiking. Not as much as I have before just because I'm so focused on doing YouTube. It takes up a lot of time. And I had knee problems. But yeah, I love hiking for sure. Nice bridge, right? Half, thanks for the prime too. Appreciate that. Yeah, for those of you guys who are just stopping in, the panel is already over for Baldur's Gate 3. We just got into some conversations at the end of the stream after the panel is over, and now we arrived here. So now we're looking at a video of my past life. Absolutely not a good idea to do alone in general. True. But hey, I still wouldn't listen to that advice if you told me. Nowadays, I would still probably go alone. It's a little bit that you got to admit it's better when you are a man and a semi-fit man. It makes it better. It doesn't always make it better, but it's a little bit easier to take that on than if you're like a 5'1" female out in the jungles by themselves. So I had that going for me, I guess.
Top. Oh, my leg fell through one of the holes. That's my leg shaking without me doing it.
Yep, I remember that. I remember like towards the second half of that hike, I wasn't prepared for a hike of that difficulty. And my leg was literally just shaking. And I'm not doing it right here. Like it's just shaking on its own. It's just da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's my leg shaking without me doing it.
Pretty cool though. I wish I could have gotten better footage.
Woo! Alright, Uber doesn't seem to work out here. It's not like I can call a taxi, because what am I going to say? I'm in the jungle at a bridge. So we keep walking.
Yep, so this is when I got lost. The trail was over. It didn't finish where I expected it to finish. And now I'm just in the jungles of Taiwan right now. Yeah, you can't really, call a taxi because you don't know where you're at. You can't even explain where you're at. And then I wasn't getting cell service to call Uber. Thank God we have services like Uber. It makes traveling so much easier, but I didn't have cell service at this time. So I looked on my G Maps. And what I did was I scrolled out on my G Maps and I kind of looked at the roads and I noticed there was like a university, I don't know, like an hour away or something like that. I can't remember. It looked like it was like an hour walk away, an hour plus. And I looked and I was like, you know what? There's probably cell service if I can get near that university. So that's where I headed out. I just kind of started walking. Probably, yeah, this potentially could have been dangerous. I don't think Taiwan, I don't really know as much about Taiwan, but like obviously you wouldn't want to do this in Mexico with the cartels and stuff like that, but it all turned out good for me. So this little guy followed me. I'm not even kidding. For like 45 minutes, just followed me down the road. Look at this. Look at how people live out here. And that's probably not even that bad. Oh, this was super cool. I was just randomly walking down the road and I came across like this huge like Buddhist temple village, which is so cool. I didn't go in because it didn't look like there's anything going on in there. And I'm also lost trying to get back as soon as possible. But man, it was so cool to just randomly come across this. It felt like a video game, like you're out exploring in a video game. Black Myth Wukong kind of feel like. Oh, I guess that's it. All right, we'll leave it at that. Maybe we'll do some more just chatting streams in the future or something like that. It was cool to kind of feel nostalgic for some of those memories again. But yeah,